Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. And, I've been spending the last few hours just observing people.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you not normally do that? Did you get new sunglasses?
No sunglasses or anything like that, but I got some observations. This morning I got up early. There was quite a lot of fog right around my apartment. I tried to catch some of it, but I missed.
You missed?
The fog.
M-I-S-T, you missed?
I did.
And you think you're being punny?
Well, no, I'm not trying to be funny. Jokes about German sausage, those are the worst.
Oh, that's bad. That's just bad. That's just bad.
Did you ever notice that?
That they're the worst?
Right.
No. How many jokes are there about German sausage, really?
No, worst. Never mind. I stayed up all night last night. I tried to see where the sun went. Mm-hmm. Then it dawned on me.
No. You can stop now.
We can go all day long.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were going to tell me that you were reading a book about anti-gravity all night long.
No, that one kept me up.
Just couldn't put it down. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be good.
I hate broken pencils, though. I got to be honest with you. I hate broken pencils.
Oh, so do my kids.
They're pointless.
Yes.
How are you, Angel?
You know what? You're testing my wit and my brain like first thing right off the bat. I'm trying
have not been properly caffeinated.
I have actually. That is so true. So yeah, driving in this morning, Eric's got this really good idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just can't get into that. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Yeah, it's kind of a downer.
It was, and I didn't even realize it. And then he had something else, and I'm like, no. Don't ask me for a favor before I've had coffee. I'm just warning you. The answer, even though it's always absolutely, was not this morning.
It was not absolutely this morning. It was absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Not playing. I can't think there. I'm just not feeling it.
Have a Snickers.
Yeah, I did. I needed my Snickers bar. I'm like, sure, of course. Let me just give that to you. Let me just hand that to you on a silver platter. Let me just bend over backwards and make that happen for you. Eric's like, Angel, I just thought it would be a nice way to show gratitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it probably is. I need some coffee.
Well, I apologize for being a little goofy with my vernacular. Last night I did a theatrical performance about puns.
You did a theatrical performance about puns?
Yeah, it was a play on words.
All alone in your apartment,
yeah.
Doing theatrical performances, doing like Macbeth.
That's where the best theater happens.
Macbeth in front of his, because you know what, if you stand in front of your patio window, it probably looks like an audience is staring back at you.
Rapunzel, let down my hair. Oh, never mind.
I don't have any hair.
So it's going to be a great show today.
We hope so. I mean, it can only go up from here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I like the puns, though.
Do you?
I do. I think, though, that it's kind of hard to pull off a pun verbally, like when you're just listening to it.
It does.
I think they're better when you read them.
Well, they can be. There's like, you heard the one about the dyslexic man who walked into a bra. Come on, that's funny.
That is funny.
I don't care care who you are.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Just don't say that PMS jokes are funny. Period.
Yeah. I wasn't going there. I was not going to do that.
Oh my goodness. I like the one where they talk about the Energizer Bunny, though.
Oh man, I feel bad because he's in a cell next to Justin Bieber. He was charged with battery.
Class trip to Coca-Cola. There's going to be a pop quiz.
Oh, I hate that. All right. We've put you through enough. We're going to have a great show. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth. but only if you're networking with your A team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
If you're ready to get serious about your health, then experience the BioT difference. BioT Medical's all-natural testosterone pellet therapy is the safest and most effective way to increase your testosterone levels. Testosterone therapy not only improves your energy and libido, but also protects against heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and prostate cancer. Go to biotmedical.com to find a BioT certified practitioner near you. That's BIOTE medical.com.
You want to create more in your life and you want to do it with ease, but you aren't sure how to get there. It's time to be open to new ideas and do what Faith did. It's time to pick up your copy of the new book, What Would Faith Do? By Faith Young. Filled with inspirational stories of people just like you who overcame adversity and went on to achieve amazing things, What Would Faith Do? Will motivate you to do the same. Create an abundant life through faith. Get a sneak peek of What Would Faith Do? Or purchase a copy at, you guessed it, whatwouldfaithdo.com.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you, and that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights, so it matters to you where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame the Art, the experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame the Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Call Frame the Art, 303-722-1525, 303-722-1525, located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame the Art. It matters.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432, NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Hi, business owners. You wish you could get more people to come into your store, restaurant, or studio? So we put together an incredible marketing campaign to collaborate with you. For 13 weeks, the Experience Pros Radio Show is hosting the Travel Experience Campaign, and our listeners will vote on where Eric Raymer will go on his first vacation in over 12 years. As a voting location, we'll host a live broadcast from your store, and we'll encourage our listeners to come in and vote for Eric's destination. Every time they vote, they get entered to win a trip of their own. Let's collaborate. Sign up to be a voting location for only $4.99. Email us at radio@experiencepros.com or call 855-FANBRAG. That's 855-326-2724. Spaces are limited and voting starts on February 3rd. Stay tuned right here on KLZ 560 The Source, and let's tell Eric where to go.
The Jason Lewis Show, 7 to 10 tonight on KLZ 560 The Source.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/The Revolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. I have a confession to make. This might be the first time I have ever prematurely punchlined. I punchlined prematurely.
When?
We talked about the book that I was reading, you know, that book on anti-gravity?
Yeah.
And it was in the last segment that I told you that I simply couldn't put it down.
Right.
It would have been more appropriate for this segment.
Well, I think we'll recover all right.
Okay.
You know, the fact that you are reading, I think, is a good thing, and I think we all want our children to read. We want to, create that love of reading, because we know that leaders are readers and readers are leaders. But so often we get really stuck on what they're reading. Well, according to our next guest, our kids should be able to read what they want, and this is why we should let them. Michael Smith, the author of Reading Unbound, Why Kids Need to Read What They Want, and why argue that enjoyment should play a more central role in school-based reading instruction. Michael, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
I'm delighted to be here.
Michael, very nice to have you. Love the fact that you are promoting literacy in our younger generations, if you will. What got you started on this campaign?
Well, I was a high school teacher for 11 years, and I found over and over and over again there were kids who weren't reading what I was assigning in class were spending hours and hours outside of class reading. So my friend and colleague Jeff Wilhelm and I decided to see if we could figure out what kids are getting from their out-of-school reading, and then having figured that out, see if we could use that to think about how we could do a better job of fostering that love of reading in schools.
You know, when my brother, when he was younger, he really got into the Stephen King novels, and my mom was so excited that he was reading these Stephen King novels, because for her, he was reading and he liked it. He would pick up a book and he enjoyed the reading. And I remember her almost having to defend herself as to the content of stuff that he was reading, but her thought was, well, he likes it and he's picking up a book, and that could lead to other things. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
Well, in part, yes, but it's more than that, actually, because she felt we don't think you should have to apologize for reading Stephen King. One of the chapters that we have in the book is about horror, and here's what one kid who was a reader of horror told us: that horror taps into your deepest anxieties and it keeps you anxious. It's like missing a step on the stairs sort of feeling, and you just suspend in space. It's about the realest of feelings and ideas, but takes things up in an unreal way. So you can see that's a kid who wasn't reading to be titillated. That was a kid who was reading to think about stuff. And what we found again and again and again is that kids got profound benefits from the reading that they were doing, and sometimes in surprising places.
All right. Well, you mentioned that you and Jeffrey Wilhelm checked out what they were getting. You went to investigate what they were getting out of the reading. How did you end up quantifying that? What were they getting?
Well, we talk about that they were getting 4 different kinds of pleasure. One kind of pleasure is what we call play pleasure, and that meant that entering a story world and becoming so deeply engaged in it that you could almost see it and hear it and touch it and taste it and feel it. And then the second kind of pleasure, the thing that was most moving to me, is what we call the pleasure of work. And the kids used books deliberately to help them become the kind of people they wanted to become. We call that inner work. And it was remarkable how they use books as help, as aids on their life journey. Then we talk about that kids took the intellectual pleasure of figuring things out. And then, how reading is often thought of as being a solitary activity. Well, it's really not. So the kids used books to connect to other people, their friends, their families, in deep ways. So reading is really an intensely social activity, we found.
Well, isn't that exciting? And it is, because you talk about, I think it's one of the
Harry Potter.
Those things that you do. You share with other people, and are you reading this, and have you read that? And it does bring people together, brings families together as well. And when you explained the one student's description of reading a horror book, it sounds incredibly intellectual. Think about the vocabulary that they're getting. But so much of the time they are kind of forced to read. I think sometimes schools just take the fun out of reading. Do you find that, Michael, to be true?
Well, in the book we tell a story. When I was my younger daughter was in 12th grade, I went to back to school night, and the 12th grade English teacher said the books that we're going to read, what we're going to read this semester, we're going to read Oedipus the King, Beowulf, Chaucer, and 3 Shakespeare plays. And then she paused and she said, and because they're going to hate them all, we show a lot of films. Well, I just wanted to get up out of my chair. First, because
they're going to hate it.
Well, you're going to hate it, and you're sort of giving in to the hatred. Mm-hmm. So why do that? Why not think about ways to make the reading of maybe few of those texts pleasurable? Maybe there would be reading one of the Shakespeare plays in, have kids bring in something that they've chosen to read along with that Shakespeare play that talks to it in some way that interests them. So I think that there are ways both of honoring the reading that kids gravitate towards, choice, for example, and also increasing the variety of texts that kids can take pleasure from in school. So we think schools should take this sort of two-pronged approach.
Well, and I think there's something to be said for that. Let me see if I got this correct. You wrote a book about kids reading books and why they should enjoy the books that they read. That book is called Reading Unbound, Why Kids Need to Read What They Want and Why We Should Let Them. Where can we get a copy of this book?
Scholastic.com. Scholastic's our publisher, so that would be the best place to go. You can read a sample chapter, and I hope that both parents and teachers will find it something that will be useful.
Absolutely. Okay, so Michael, where do we start as maybe parents or for around children? What kind of things would you recommend that mentors of children kind of where do we get the kids started if they're kind of tired of reading and they've kind of had the joy of reading sucked right out of them?
Maybe take them to a bookstore and let them browse. Say, "I'll buy you two. You pick out what they are," or have them talk with friends, or go on Goodreads, or go on Amazon.com and read reviews. Because there's this, they don't. One of the things that we found is that they're suspicious of adults in our recommendations. They're much more apt to read something that one of their friends did. So I think create a situation where they're, where they have a chance to choose, where they talk to their friends and say it doesn't matter what it is. So if it's a graphic novel, that's great. Because the kids, that's another example of how the kids were enormously impressive in the way that they talked about, the way that they read the visual text, the graphic novels, and so on, really studying them to learn how authors integrate the words and the pictures. So I think what parents would find is that they'd be surprised at what kids get out of the books that they choose to read.
I think that is very, very true. Michael Smith, the author of Reading Unbound. Love that you were here with us today, and I know you're on a book tour, so good luck today.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Michael. Folks, are you discouraged as an entrepreneur? Don't be. We've got all kinds of help for you coming up right after these messages.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
When you think of going to the dentist, it makes you uncomfortable and uptight. You recall the dark ages of dentistry. Weisbard Dental wants to change that image. Imagine being welcomed in a comfortable, beautiful, brand new dental office with digital x-rays, digital photos, being comforted throughout the entire process. At Weisbard Dental, you'll be treated while relaxing in their massage chairs. Make an appointment for Weisbard Dental at 303-773-3373. Check them out at weisbarddental.com. WEISBARD dental.com.
I'm Dr. Lee Weisbard, and I can make you smile.
Hi, this is Karen with Seniors Helping Seniors of South Metro Denver. If you or someone you know is a more mature citizen who needs a little extra hand around the house, Seniors Helping Seniors is your answer. We provide personal care, companionship, transportation, meal preparation, and more, including Alzheimer's and dementia care. And all of our helpers are seniors themselves. Licensed and trustworthy help is available at seniorshelpingSeniors.com/South Metro Denver or by calling 303-990-4561. That's 303-990-4561. Call today and let's meet.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Good morning, Denver. This is Dave. Don't miss the Dave Ramsey Show today at noon, live on AM 560, The Source.
You know, it's so inspiring to hear those debt-free screams in the Dave Ramsey Show. When you hear how people have overcome financial difficulties, it makes you realize you're not alone in those struggles and that you can do it too. That's what my show is all about in all aspects of life. Hi, everybody. This is Angie Austin. I invite you to join me on our sister station, 810 KLVZ, for The Good News. It's stories of hurt that have turned into stories of hope, stories of triumph, victory, and overcoming obstacles in your life. Tune in weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. for The Good News with Angie Austin on our sister station, 810 KLVZ.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
But you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. I know it's hard.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Hey, sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, you get down in the dumps.
Well, I think, it's really fantastic because the highs are high, right? You're on cloud nine, you got that client, you came up with that deal, incredible marketing campaign, but...
First check.
Oh, isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
I cried the first time we had our first check. It was just so emotional, and I think that it really is because you pour your heart and soul into it. But if the highs are really high, sometimes the lows are really low. And Tommy Wolf with the Startup Expert, if you want to sign up for her newsletter, you can go to thestartupexpert.com. But she says, after years of coaching entrepreneurs to build six-figure businesses, she says, I'm very aware of how many entrepreneurs get discouraged, frequently to a point of giving up. And so she offers these tips for overcoming discouragement. And there are a couple in here that are just absolutely my favorite.
Okay, will you read them in her accent, please?
I wish I could.
She is South African and hubba, hubba, hubba.
I'll tell you what, if you are starting up your business or you are a solopreneur, whether you work alone, you're a massage therapist, you're a coach, she has a whole litany of professionals that she works up in that startup phase to get you to a six-figure income within the year. And she's just brilliant, and even Eric and I learn so much when we sit on Tommy's workshops. But she says, first of all, to remember that it's not personal, and it's true. Sometimes there are, even for Eric and I, we're trying to be positive, we're trying to be uplifting, we are givers, we are promoters. There is nothing in our bones that says we want to hurt you, we want to be against you, right. We want to make you feel poorly at all. And yet, on a daily basis, I feel like we disappoint somebody. And you just have to get to the point that, okay, that's not me. That's your baggage. Now, you can't tell them that.
We're not saying that over the air.
No, but you have to know that who you are to the core. And there are just some people that they are just bringing their baggage to the table. And, and our friend Faith Young, you just lift them up with love. Try to do what you can. Hold your head up high. We are on a journey, and it is ups and downs. She says that we're all on the same journey, and that other entrepreneurs have walked through this. You're not alone, and so just know that the ups and downs come from it.
Well, you also need to understand that fear and doubt, especially when it comes to stepping out. Many times when entrepreneurs, they leave the 9 to 5, and in many cases they are not fully prepared to take on all the balance and risk of what solopreneurship really is, and that fear and that doubt, that's normal. It's normal. Should it rule the day? Absolutely not. But it's not unusual. You're not the only one. Yeah, it's normal.
Well, and she says you're not, that fear and discouragement is for the ordinary, and the road to extraordinary, which is what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to do something extraordinary. Of course, it's going to be paved with fear and doubt, and we have to be able to work through that and have a system in place. And here's the system that we have in place with the Experience Pros Network. You are not alone.
You're not alone.
Don't work alone. Join up with other entrepreneurs who get it, who feel it, who will lift you up and promote you. Now, we don't all sit around together and moan, because seriously, we could all say, well, I have some overhead. No kidding. I have to pay an IRS bill. No kidding. We all have our moans and groans, right? So you surround yourself with positive people that are uplifting, who will encourage you, who will cheerlead for you and celebrate when the good stuff happens. Because here's the thing, good stuff happens every single day. And so when you join a network of other entrepreneurs that want to make a difference, that want to help, you feel that, right? The energy is different.
Absolutely, and that's exactly why we started the Experience Pros Network and the Extreme Customer Service Directory, because you're surrounded by people who really do want to lift you up. The first and only question you'll ever get out of one of our networking events is, how can I help you grow your business?
How can I help you grow your business? If you are surrounding yourself with people that are saying, I don't know if you can do that, and they're kind of questioning, and really, have you ever done that before? Do you think that's a good idea? And, we all have well-meaning loved ones in our family that they don't want us to fall. They don't want us to fail. And so they think by being realistic with us that they're helping us. But really, we need to be surrounded by dreamers and visionaries, because, we're doing it, and we're getting it done.
Which brings us to the next point, and that is stay in action. That is to get results, you must put something into motion. Massive action gets massive results.
Action.
Do it.
We all want to sit around and create files and spreadsheets and get organized. And there's, some
play on Facebook and Pinterest.
There's some benefit to all of that. But what are you doing today to create cash flow? All right. Then she says, stop measuring your results in financial terms. So often we think, well, I didn't make any money today, or I didn't make as much money today that I needed to or was hoping to. I opened my door. Where are all my customers? I actually met somebody who was brand new, and I don't want to, sound defeatist, but she's like, in my first year, this is my plan. We're going to have 600 new clients. And I just asked her, what's your platform? Where are they going to come from? Well, I've got a business. Really, if you take the number of people in the city, and I take a small percentage because I'm new, and I think 600 is a realistic number. Well, there's one way to get to that number, but what are you doing to create it? And here's the thing. It takes some time to get consistent dollars flowing, to put that system in place, and you do have to put systems in place. You're going to have to put systems in place that you can duplicate, that you can recreate, because when you have your banner month, you want to know, what were the things I was doing 3 months ago, because that's why I had a banner month.
Right.
Not because of what I did today. It's because of what I was doing 3 months ago and have done it consistently over and over again, and I didn't waver. And so make sure that you are staying positive and focused on progress and measuring your accomplishments and not just your dollars.
Now, this next point it confuses me. Not sure what this is all about. Maybe you should read it.
It says, look after you. Make sure that you are getting enough sleep, that you're eating healthy food, regular exercise, plenty of love to keep your tank full enough to keep you motivated and positive.
Plenty of love?
Plenty of
she
love.
wrote plenty of love in there?
Yeah, and I wish I could say it the way Tommy Darling would say it.
Oh gosh, I wish you could too.
We are sharing business tips from Tommy Wolf, the startup expert.
Wow.
And she does have a lovely, lovely accent that Eric just melts over.
In a puddle.
So do I, though.
Here's the truth. Healthy food, I have a confession to make. I made healthy food last night, and I got my recipe off of Pinterest.
Okay.
Just throwing that in there.
I
ate healthy food.
What did you eat?
I had a bloomin' onion.
Does that really count?
In my rice cooker, 130 calories. 130. There's not even a comma in that number. I can't apologize for it because it was amazing.
I am guessing because you bought it in the produce section, that's where you equate bloomin' onion with healthy food, right?
It's a vegetable.
I know. That's why I'm thinking. He's like, I ate a vegetable, not a green one, but a vegetable. So baby steps.
Let's
baby
wrap
steps.
up our conversation for discouraged entrepreneurs. By the way, I can see you. You're smiling. And if you're smiling, guess what? You're not discouraged anymore. Learn from the masters in your field. Find somebody who is willing to mentor you and become a student.
Become a student. I mean, that's what we've done is we've become a student of all the good stuff that we want to model, that we want to emulate. You're not in it alone. There are tons and tons of resources. We bring on experts every single day in 10-minute increments to help encourage you, lift you up, give you the tools, the resources that you need. And we have an incredible network of people. If you want to get involved with some successful, the most networked, the most positive entrepreneurs in Denver, check out our Extreme Customer Service Directory.
You can find that at experiencepros.com. Special thanks to Tommy Wolf, thestartupexpert.com, for the inspiration for this conversation. And yes, I did say I made a bloomin' onion in the rice cooker.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Renew, heal, and experience the miraculous with Master Healer, Yoga, and Meditation teacher, Karen Corona. Karen has 30 years experience providing natural healing therapies and nutritional education. Her yoga and meditation programs will guide you back to vibrant health and wellness. Call Karen today and get started. 303-725-1119. Mention Experience Pros and get $450 off Karen's upcoming healing and yoga retreat in June, set in lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. 303-725-1119 or online at KarenCorona.com.
You've tried and tried to shed those 10, 20, even 50 pounds of excess weight, and like so many Americans, you're frustrated. It's no secret that the body needs to be in balance before lasting weight loss can be maintained. Let Dr. Deborah Zeff and Christy Edwards of Holistic Herbal Health help you detoxify your body and get you on the fast track to quantum weight loss. You know you can do this. Now you know someone who can help. Call Dr. Zeff and get started on your quantum weight loss today. 303-249-7742. That's 303-249-7742 or online at rootedinhealth.com.
Leaders, listen up. You want to get the very best from your people, and See It Thrive can help. Address personnel challenges with confidence and unleash the best performance out of your organization, team, or individuals. See It Thrive helps you realize the possibilities of your team coming together as an unstoppable force. Reduce conflict and empower transformation. Because you work with people, make the courageous choice to see it thrive. Call Sue Kenfield today at 303-791-2807. That's 303-791-2807. Discover and sign up for upcoming workshops at seeitthrive.com.
When it comes time for you to buy your next new or gently used vehicle, you'll definitely want an auto broker. And when it comes to which auto broker to choose, here's all you need to know. Matt Martin and H.M. Brown and Associates. Matt has access to all makes and models and offers fantastic financing, leasing, and can even help you with your trade-in. H.M. Brown has 27 years with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Buy your next car with the integrity and capable help of Matt Martin and H.M. Brown and Associates. 303-414-2388. Call today.
This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR.
It's time for you to take control of your money. If it's in a 401k, someone else is in charge. Getting a loan from yourself is not what you've always been taught, and it's not complicated. Pick up the phone and call Walt Wilson at Private Pension Design and ask him about the infinite banking concept at 303-550-2847. That's 303-550-2847. You can start learning more at privatepensiondesign.com. There are 10 videos and other tools to help you get out of debt without changing your cash flow or paying extra taxes. You've worked hard for the money you've saved. Learn how to keep more control of it at privatepensiondesign.com.
Dave Ramsey can help you get out of debt. Call him today during the Dave Ramsey Show, live at noon on KLZ 560, The Source.
Every business has its own unique set of challenges, and yours is no different. The Experience Pros are your collaborative partners as they present solutions to common issues in business. And now it's time for Up and Over from Down Under, featuring serial entrepreneur Michael Russo.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. One of these days I'm going to have Michael Russo translate this song for me because I really have no idea what it means.
Oh, no. He knows, but you don't need to know, Eric. We do have Michael Russo, our dear friend from Adelaide, Australia, who gets up in the middle of the night every week to share his unfair marketing advantage tips with our audience. Hi, Michael.
Good morning. It is hot as anything down here. 113 today on your scale.
113 degrees Fahrenheit?
I'm so jealous. I am freezing. I'm like shivering, chattering. It is freezing cold out here today.
Holy cow. All right. Well, Michael, now that you've teased us.
I'm going to come see you. We're going to broadcast live from Adelaide, Australia.
Live from Adelaide, Australia.
From your house, Michael. How about that?
In the middle of the night.
Oh, not my house. There's no air conditioning in this office. Let me tell you, the rest of the house is fine, but I happen to pick the one room in the house with no air conditioning. Moron! Anyway.
Michael, what are we talking about today, brother?
We're talking about campaign relaunches and what to do when things go wrong. So I've got a great story for you today. So sit back, relax, and here we go. So a number of years ago, we had a new product relaunch in Australia. I'm talking about Australian market here. And it was the Mother Energy drink. Do you have Mother Energy drink over there?
Not that brand, but we have...
The FDA says we can't use that word.
Ah, okay, no worries. So you'd have something similar, they'd just be calling it something different. But,
Right.
you'd be familiar with energy drinks in the market over there.
Yes.
Okay, so they've got a brand new energy drink. They've called it Mother. It's a brand new player in the market. They, it's owned by Coca-Cola, so they've got big budgets, and they spend all this money. They do a massive campaign launch, all this sort of stuff. 12 months down the track, the brand is looking at deletion. It failed so miserably they're looking at scrapping the entire thing. So what they did is actually handed over the whole box and dice of the campaign to an associate of mine and said, hey, it's your job to try and relaunch this brand. A couple of things you have to understand. Whenever you're relaunching a brand, traditionally it's not very successful. If you have to relaunch something from scratch that's already hit the market and already failed, it can be very difficult to do that. So the challenge they basically had two tasks. Firstly, they had to relaunch the brand successfully, but they had to do it with 1/6 of the initial marketing budget. So they had quite a lot of work on their hands to actually do it. So what they actually did is they had a look at what the problem with the launch of the product. And the thing was, there was nothing wrong with the branding. There was nothing wrong with the drink itself. The thing is, it tasted terrible. So somewhere along the line, somebody had missed out the fact that this thing, even though it was a new energy drink, didn't actually taste very good at all, and nobody actually liked it, and that was the reason. So what they thought they'd do is something totally unique in the advertising world, and they thought they'd tell the truth for a change. So what they actually did is they put together a brand new campaign, and they basically, if you can imagine, you've got this guy dressed in SWAT gear, and he's talking to camera, he's got Mother Energy drink in his hand, and he says, we created a brand new energy drink, and we listened. We know you guys hated it. It tasted terrible. Meanwhile, in the background, you've got these guys dressed in SWAT gear jumping off the back of the building. And as this front guy, Rambo-like character is talking, all his teammates are jumping off the back of the building, and they go crashing in through these windows. And he goes, we listened to you about the taste. So we've created a new Mother Energy drink with, double the energy and, 5 times the taste, or whatever it is he says. And so we spent our time hunting down those responsible for the old Mother. And meanwhile, these SWAT guys are going in through the windows, and they start, headbutting and throwing these scientists across the room. They end up in like this white laboratory with all these guys with Bunsen burners and dressed in white lab coats, and they start beating up all these scientists. The actual ad itself wasn't all that important, but it was hilarious. It was very funny. The problem is that this was a relaunch campaign. They were operating with a reduced budget, and the actual standards board here in Australia took the ad off the air because they said it was too violent or something like that. Anyways.
So what do we do with this new information?
So So what they actually did is they relaunched the entire ad again from scratch. So keep in mind they're already in the middle of a relaunch. They've already spent all this money on a product launch that has failed. And you can imagine if you relate this back to your company, it doesn't matter how much your budget is. If you spend it on a campaign that doesn't work, and then you relaunch a product and you still get hit in the backside with it, you can imagine financially you're looking down a deep hole. So what they did is they relaunched the ad again, this time using nothing but stick figures. So they created the exact same ad, purely stick figures. That's it. No human ad, people in the ad, just stick figures, same vocals, everything scene by scene was exactly the same. The actual ad itself generated so much social media coverage, and they got such a huge response to the ad, particularly when it was taken off the air. It actually generated more interest when it got axed from the airways than when it was actually, allowed to run for the first few weeks. And they actually being able to relaunch this new product, they got 900% return on their investment. They ended up hitting #1 in the market for the product. All these sorts of different things happened. Plus, they got about something like 1,500 different points of media coverage for that particular campaign.
Wow.
The point of the story is that when you're in a position and you're backed up against the wall, you're trying to, there's never a campaign that's a bad campaign. Any campaign you run, no matter how successful or unsuccessful, helps you get to the next campaign that is successful. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. They kind of build on each other as far as recognition and memory and how you kind of learn and tweak as you go, right?
That's right. And one of the things that we can learn from this particular campaign is that they actually spent a lot of time on social media and a lot of time talking to their market, finding out what their market wanted to know. And their market didn't want to be told a bunch of claptrap about what it was they were selling or what it was they were doing. They just wanted to say, yep, admit that you made a mistake and tell us you've done it better. That's what their market wanted to know. So, of course, they took that, put it into a creative ad, and, it became a huge hit for them. So the top 3 tips for today is, number 1, whenever you're doing any campaign, there's never a bad campaign. So you've just got to find the way to take whatever campaign you've got and turn it into a better campaign. Top tip number 2 is to use any backlash to your benefit. With this particular story, what Dan and Karen did is they actually took the campaign, and as soon as it came off the air, they made such a big splash about the fact that it was axed, and they sent it out through social media, and they used every avenue they could that wasn't mainstream advertising to get the word out. So they used the backlash to their benefit. And once again, here's another example, top tip number 3, of making sure that you use social media in any campaign that you do, because that's where that's where it is these days.
Well, I love it. And, we get afraid that, okay, it's going to be a bad campaign, it's going to fail, and it's going to be the end of everything. But it really isn't. There's so much that we can learn from it, and we can turn that around and use that to our advantage. And that's the unfair marketing advantage that Michael brings every single week. Michael, give some contact information, please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, contact information, Coca-Cola/Michael Russo. No, I'm kidding. So, michaeldrusso.com if you want to get in contact with me. But if you want to get any of the PDF downloads we've done over the last few years, just go to experiencepros.com and click on the contributing hosts, and there's a whole bunch of information there for you, marketing tips and strategies and everything you can ever want to relaunch or launch a new product.
I love it. Michael Russo, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you, man.
In the sweltering heat. No worries. You're welcome.
All right. Folks, when we return, 10 ways to generate more leads and referrals on LinkedIn. Coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. 1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress, and when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Your healthy radio addiction. The Laura Ingraham Show, live weekday mornings at 7 on KLZ 560, The Source.
This is Dave. The Experience Pros radio show is changing the way people treat people in business. Listen to Eric and Angel mornings at 10, right before the Dave Ramsey Show at noon on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to your positive talk show, your favorite positive talk show that kind of gets you up and charged and going. Now, Eric, are you having anybody over for the Super Bowl?
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, our friends over to Clean Our Carpet, if you are having friends over for the Super Bowl party, our friends are offering an additional Super Bowl special over from a Clean Our Carpet.
I like specials.
They have, actually, you can get a coupon right off of, you can connect with us to get a 15% coupon, but for the Super Bowl, if you schedule your cleaning before the 8th of February, actually, it's our post-Super Bowl cleanup special. So if you happen to be...
When those dirty people come over to your place.
Well, they happen to maybe spill some nacho cheese or track in some mud or
red wine.
Get a little excited. And so...
Snow.
If you... Oh, no, snow.
Dirty snow.
No, snow.
It's going to snow here. Just saying.
Anyways, all next week.
Yeah.
All next week, you can get 20% off your carpet cleaning. They call it the Super Bowl Cleanup Special, 303-688-3212. Again, it's their Super Bowl Cleanup Special, 20% off. If you call 303-688-3212, that's a cleaner carpet. You can also find them on our Extreme Customer Service Directory, and we posted the special on our Facebook page.
Indeed. Speaking about our Facebook page, are you getting excited?
For what?
The big travel campaign.
Oh, I know. We're going to finally tell Eric where to go.
Stop it.
Where to go. Now, he is a little nervous.
I am a little nervous.
He has not been on vacation in over 12 years. And people keep asking me, well, what kind of things does he like to do? He said he has no clue. He hasn't been on vacation in 12 years. If he knew what he wanted to do,
Right.
I think he would go do it. What he wants to do is go to work. And so we're
Like working.
actually going to have him unplug. Voting is starting next week.
See, unplugging that makes me nervous.
Nervous. I know you're going to be fine. We're going to keep you so distracted and so busy and so occupied.
Well, let's talk about some of these destinations. You know, Highlands Ranch Travel hooking us up with all these destinations, and you get to vote on one of these 9. You ready? How about a cruise on the Amazon? No, thank you.
No?
Got bugs and snakes.
You know what? Oh, okay, but I think it's...
Angel, they have snakes.
Okay, stop.
Snakes.
Okay, no Amazon. No Amazon.
Move with
Shut,
no
shut,
legs.
Zip, zip, zip.
Just saying. All right. How about this? Cruise to Bermuda.
Oh,
Okay.
you're not worried about getting lost in that triangle?
Heck no. They got hotties and thongs.
Please don't wear one.
Not gonna. No, I said hotties, not me.
Eric thinks he's too hot. Please don't. You don't own one of those, do you?
Cabo San. Stop that. Cabo San Lucas.
You don't even know where that is.
It's in Mexico.
Oh, maybe you do.
They got tacos. Okay.
And cerveza.
And cerveza.
You only need one phrase. Donde está cerveza or something like that.
These next 2 bother me because no one ever returns. China or Iceland?
Oh, people come back from them.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, they go in and they never come
And they
out.
never come out? I thought that was...
Iceland? Are you kidding me?
The Northern Lights? It's beautiful.
I can see the Northern Lights from my apartment.
You cannot. Those
There's
are
all kinds of lights on the north.
those are the town center light
So?
poles.
So what?
This is prettier, I promise you, than the view from your balcony.
New Zealand.
Isn't
Then
that
I
so
can
lovely?
stay on that side of the island and wave over to my friend on the other island and say hello. You know, Michael Russo.
Yeah, see, you guys could meet him halfway.
Right.
Or more than halfway, really.
That's in the middle of the ocean, and the water flows backwards. There's the Rocky Mountaineer. This is interesting. It's a train ride through the Canadian Rockies. That could be interesting.
It could be interesting.
Yeah.
See, these are fun things. You're going to be so distracted, you
There's-
won't even know you're not working.
There's Tahiti. Now, I'm pretty sure Tahiti is just like Hawaii, only smaller, right?
Maybe. I've not been there.
Me either.
But it sounds lovely. It sounds lovely. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to...
There's one more.
There is?
Yeah.
What?
And I'm most troubled about this.
Would you stop being troubled?
It's in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it's a chicken farm.
You said you wanted to pick up chicks.
That's what troubles me.
They're all over the place.
Let's go back to...
Lucky you, lucky you, lucky you.
Let's go back to Bermuda with the hotties and the thongs.
All right, so here's how this is going to work. Starting next week,
Yeah.
all over town, we have several voting locations, and I'm going to start reading off some of them, where you can go and you can vote for where you think Eric should go on his first vacation in over 12 years. Every time you vote, and you can vote once a day per location, every time you vote, you are entered in to win a free weekend trip to Aspen to stay at the Regis in the St. Regis
St.
in
Regis
Aspen.
Hotel. Oh, man, you are going to love that during the summer.
Yeah, so fabulous. So we want you to, vote often, and we will narrow it down as the time goes on and narrow down the locations.
It's kind of like Chicago politics.
And then we will finally get to the actual destination. The actual final choosing of Eric's location will come in March, and then we'll do a big campaign over where he's going and make that super, super tons of fun. First of all, because we know that this is so important to our listeners, our viewers, if we're going to send Eric on vacation, he's not going looking like this.
No,
So thank you to Orange.
Looking like what?
Thank you to Orange Theory Fitness at Parker and Arapahoe Road. Is going to be his fitness sponsor. We're going to get Eric in shape. He's going to be in the
Andre.
best shape of his life.
The guy's name is Andre. He has muscles on his arms that are 3 times the size of my legs.
Eric is afraid, as he should be. As he should be.
What you got?
We're going to have, and at many of our voting locations, we're going to come out and do a live broadcast. So all stitched and glitzed out, who did my Fun Bling Broncos jacket, and they're doing the Bronco hats right now. They are a voting location.
Yep.
Printing Done Quickly in Highlands Ranch is a voting location. Innovative Real Estate at I-25 and Lincoln is going to be a voting location.
Fantastic.
We also have Colorado Vault and Safe Deposit Box.
Yes.
Abo's Pizzeria
Abo's New York Pizza and Centennial.
on Arapahoe Road. We have actually 2 different Orange Theory fitness locations, the one at Parker and Arapahoe, and then the one
New one
at
opening up
Southwest
in Littleton.
Plaza. We're going to come and do a grand opening live broadcast for them, which is going to be super, super fun. The Grease Monkey on Arapahoe Road is going to do a fabulous little be a voting location for us.
We're going to do a live remote there, too. They're fun people.
They're super fun.
Right.
I know, and I'm reading through these. Elevation 5900, the restaurant in Parker.
Get your eat on at Elevation 5900 Main Street, just off Main Street and Parker Road.
So those are the voting locations that we have so far.
Hey, do we have room for more?
We have a couple. For only $4.99, it's a 13-week marketing campaign, $499. We're going to promote you all 13 weeks here on the radio. We're going to send people to you. It's a great way for you to connect with your audience, your customers too. Encourage them to vote, because if we pick the winner from your voting box.
Now listen up.
If your voting location and the winner of where we send Eric where to go comes from your voting box location,
right,
you win a free month of advertising on the Experience Pros radio show.
Holy cow. See, this is a win-win-win. This is a triple win, and I'm telling you. Now, if you send me to the Blue Ridge Mountains,
you still win.
There is some fine print.
There is no fine print, because that's not how that is not how we do things. There is no fine print. We're going to take really good care of our voting locations, of our sponsors. This whole thing has been put together, partnered with Highlands Ranch Travel, and our presenting sponsor for this big campaign is Binkley IT. So we are so excited about that. But isn't this so much fun to kind of all rally together, kind of dream of where we would want to go, get off your bucket list?
If I hear dueling banjos, it's over for y'all.
You don't know that you won't like that.
I'm just saying.
You'll be in great shape. You're going to have a great time.
I've been to the Blue Ridge Mountains before. The most beautiful woman I ever laid eyes on was in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And then she opened up her mouth and said, "We're so glad you're here."
What's wrong with that?
She had a southern accent.
You don't like the southern accent? I mean, you love Tommy Wolf's accent.
That's as southern as it gets. Southern Africa, come on now.
Yeah.
Way different.
Way different. You'll take South Africa, but you won't take South United States.
Any day that ends in Y, all day long. Yes. Tommy, call me.
No.
Just
Anyways,
saying.
we are super, super psyched for this fun event, and the voting does start next week. We'll keep you posted on, kind of I don't know how we're going to post you and your fitness and all of that, but we're working on it.
Oh, I'm sure somebody. In fact, I've got people who are actually trading money and asking to pay to have photos leaked. I don't like it at all. Andre.
I'll leak all day long.
Andre at Orange Theory Fitness. You and I have a date, mister.
He's not afraid of you. Like, not even a little bit. He's like going to squish him. He's just going to flick him like a little fly, like a little gnat. He's like, oh, please.
I'm terrified of Andre.
Please, I'm going to have you in a puddle crying in a minute, baby boy.
Oh, man.
But you're going to look fantastic. This is so much fun. It's our collaboration with tons of businesses coming together to lift each other up, to promote each other, and have a really fun, great time doing it.
Why don't you join us? Just give us a shout out over at radio@experiencepros.com, or call us after the show at 855-FAN-BRAG. We'd love to hear from you. And if you've got a brick and mortar, we will drive traffic to you. We will do a remote in your location. You have a way to reach out to your customers in an all-new, fresh way, keeping it interesting. And isn't that the nature of relationships? You want to keep it interesting.
Well, keep it fun, keep it exciting, give people something to talk about rather than the same old, same old. We love putting together marketing campaigns for our clients and all of our members because it brings everybody together.
It does. On that note, we have to stop this hour, but the good news is there's a whole nother hour, and boy, you're going to love it. So on behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing the revolution. You are the revolution. Now give somebody a 20-second kiss. You know what that stands for? Kindness is so simple.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KLZ 560, The Source.
How do you do a zero-based budget when you're self-employed?
The Dave Ramsey Show.
You take your minimum that you know you're going to make. I mean, there's a certain amount when you're self-employed, you know you're going to make at least X. And you do a regular zero-based budget with X. But then you do a list of things that you wished you could have gotten to, but you couldn't with that minimum. Maybe, depending on how small the minimum is, it may be a lot of things. But it certainly needs to be a long list. And then you look at that list and you look at it with your spouse and you say, if we only make enough money to do one more thing, what would we do? And we only make another thing, what would we do? We only make another thing, what would we do? And if we make enough money to pay off one more thing, and you keep putting a number beside those right down the list, and then you rewrite that list in order, now what you have is a prioritized spending plan. And once you have that, then when you get money in above your minimums, is you work your way right down that list in order of priority.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
This is the legendary KLZ AM 560 KLZ HD Denver and online streaming at 560thesource.com since 1922. KLZ Denver.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm John DeMaster. Plenty of Republican reaction as President Obama delivers his State of the Union. The Blaze Radio's Robin Walensky.
I would call it the chestnut speech. There were so many old chestnuts that were shown, it was almost embarrassing.
He's reacting to the remarks. Conservative columnist Charles Krauthammer weighing in on what President Obama has to say during his 5th State of the Union speech.
You know, he brought out stuff he tried last year and that went nowhere.
Krauthammer, a guest on Fox News.
When he repeated Guantanamo, which is a cause he gave up on himself years ago, you knew that he sort of run out of ideas.
Republican Representative Michael Grimm caught on video getting into a reporter's face after the State of the Union address. Grimm storming away from the reporter, then returning with the cameras rolling to physically intimidate him. Grimm allegedly threatening to break reporter Michael Scotto in half after he goes off script to ask the congressman about allegations about his campaign finances. This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
In the year 1791, Americans were guaranteed individual freedoms and a limited government. Today, those freedoms are disappearing. The government listens to your phone calls and scans your emails. That's why we've created 1791 Email. When you sign up for an account, you can rest assured that we won't invade your inbox or scan your emails. And with your 1791 Email account, you'll be letting everyone know that you believe in individual freedom. Find out more about 1791 Email at 1791.com and start sharing the spirit of America today. For the record, establishing truth in the media and setting a new standard in broadcast journalism. Investigating the stories the mainstream media doesn't just ignore, but are afraid to uncover. A news program that doesn't compromise anything, has no political agenda, and nothing to lose. For the record, restoring truth in the media and setting the record straight. Returning soon to the Blaze. Truth lives here.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 The Source.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for hours. Angel and Eric here talking to you about nothing but the best in business. And let me tell you how it works. We're live on the show during this last hour, and we received a text message from one of our listeners who wanted to know the phone number to Nyland's Collision Center, one of our sponsors, right?
Right.
One of our friends just got T-boned, got into an accident, and
but she's fine. She's fine. I know he's like gonna be all dramatic, and nobody got hurt. I mean, no, she's fine. She walked away. She's walking. She's talking.
Right. So one of our friends just got in an accident, She's fine. The car's going to Nyland's. Nyland's has already texted me images saying, we're on it, we got it, we take care of her. It's good stuff.
It is good stuff. I'll tell you what. You know, when you talk about, when you put out there that we're part of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, that tells you the kind of service you're going to get, that people are going to take care of you, that it matters. They're going to be on it. They're going to respond. They're going to communicate. Does it mean that it's always perfect and that nothing ever goes wrong? Absolutely not. You know, it's the real world. It's people dealing with people. We can't always control everything, but you at least know it matters, and people are reaching out and connecting with you, and you're going to get you're just going to get great people. And I almost thinking this morning, Eric, of rather than call it, I know I can't call it Eric and Angel's favorite things because, you know, Oprah kind of has that, you know, her favorite things.
What?
But they're my favorite people.
Oprah's got Eric and Angel's favorite things?
It's our list of favorite people.
Oprah! I will take you down.
Oh my goodness, you can't even handle.
Have you met Andre?
You can't even handle your personal trainer, who is going to get Eric in the best shape of his life that he's ever been.
Biceps the size of Mount Rushmore.
To get him ready for his first vacation ever. He's going to go on vacation in April thanks to our partnership with Highlands Ranch Travel and
What's our
Binkley
favorite
IT.
things?
No, they're our favorite people. The Extreme Customer Service Directory
absolutely.
is really my list of my favorite people. They're so much fun to do business with. They're so much fun to connect with. They're collaborative, they're creative, they're innovative, they're visionary.
We should start a hashtag called #FavePeeps.
They're my fave peeps.
Fave peeps.
So I think, so when we do, because I couldn't figure out how to, like, where could I put that? And you have to call it the directory, and we don't want to give it a new name. But when the magazine comes out in the spring,
right,
and we always list all of the members of the directory in the magazine.
The magazine's 48 pages just in the directory.
I know. Well, I'm going to call it my list of favorite peeps.
Fave peeps.
Fave peeps?
#Fave peeps. Maybe we'll keep working on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be a peep.
Well, we could shorten it and make it FAPI.
I don't want to shorten it.
Oh.
I want it to be my list of wonderful, most favorite, I love doing business with them people.
That's a long hashtag.
I'll work on it.
All right.
But, you know, can we meet in the middle? Like, I don't want to go to
I got an idea. I'll start walking your way. You start walking mine.
And we'll meet in the middle.
We'll meet in the middle.
With my favorite people, most loving, creative, fan bragging people in the world list.
Meet that old Georgia pine.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you, and that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights, so it matters to you where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame the Art, the experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame the Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Call Frame the Art, 303-722-1525, 303-722-1525, located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame the Art. It matters.
Benjamin Franklin once said that nothing is certain except death and taxes. He was right, mostly. What Ben didn't know was that when it comes to death, Mike Heffelbauer, licensed and board certified in funeral services since 1990, has served families with dignity and respect while saving them thousands with their affordable and realistic pricing. Heffelbauer Funeral Services, family owned and community involved. When certainty calls, call Heffelbauer Funeral Services, 720-344-6087, 720-344-6087, or visit HeffelbauerFuneralServices.com.
If you're ready to get serious about your health, then experience the BioT difference. BioT Medical's all-natural testosterone pellet therapy is the safest and most effective way to increase your testosterone levels. Testosterone therapy not only improves your energy and libido, but also protects against heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and prostate cancer. Go to biotmedical.com to find a BioT certified practitioner near you. That's BIOTE medical.com.
Networking is full of myths.
Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
Hi, business owners. You wish you could get more people to come into your store, restaurant, or studio? So we put together an incredible marketing campaign to collaborate with you. For 13 weeks, the Experience Pros Radio Show is hosting the Travel Experience Campaign, and our listeners will vote on where Eric Raymer will go on his first vacation in over 12 years. As a voting location, we'll host a live broadcast from your store, and we'll encourage our listeners to come in and vote for Eric's destination. Every time they vote, they get entered to win a trip of their own. Let's collaborate. Sign up to be a voting location for only $4.99. Email us at radio@experiencepros.com or call 855-FANBRAG. That's 855-326-2724. Spaces are limited and voting starts on February 3rd. Stay tuned right here on KLZ 560 The Source, and let's tell Eric where to go.
It's a new day on KLZ, so wake up with Randy Corcoran tomorrow morning at 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We're going to talk a little bit about love, and we're going to talk about somebody that we love a whole lot.
Absolutely. Our guest is Carmen Swick. She is the president of the Denver chapter. I'm going to start all over. Carmen Swick is the president of the Foundation for Fighting Blindness here in Denver, and she has done an incredible job. She is an amazing connector, puts on an incredible event, and now she's turned that into something that is even more inspiring. But imagine this, if you close your eyes and you lost your sight, everything goes away and your whole world is completely changed. And with the Foundation for Fighting Blindness, they actually are on their way to eradicating most of the illnesses that they raise money for and raise awareness for, which is super, super exciting. And a lot of that has to come from the efforts that Carmen puts together. So happy to have you with us this morning.
Well, hello, you two.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic having you. Carmen, you have written some children's books, and you have book 1 out. And book 2, tell us about they're called Patchland Adventures. Tell us about why you started writing these books.
Yes, I have book 1 and 2, Patchland Adventures. First one is Fishing with Grandpa. The second one is Camping at Mimi's Ranch. My son Preston was my inspiration for writing the books, something that I thought I would never be doing in my journey in life here, but he was diagnosed at the age of 3, almost 4, with amblyopia. It's kind of like a lazy eye. And he also has strabismus and astigmatism and, a couple other issues. But what happens with that is his vision is so low on that left eye that the brain shuts it off and says, well, you don't have to work. And I could see his struggles. We would go to the doctor's office, and sitting there watching him, looking at the chart and seeing his struggles and looking at me for reassurance, like, I did it, did I do it? And, you're just kind of biting your tongue and, trying not to get the tears. You don't want to see them.
Right.
Let him see you do that. And one day I finally just looked at the doctor on the way out, and I said, is Preston kind of legally blind in that eye? And she said, no, not kind of, he is.
He is legally blind.
Yes, in that eye. So that really just, you're a mom. You're sitting there, and it's heartbreaking. It's heart-wrenching. And we get in our vehicle, and I put my glasses on, had tears on. I didn't want him to see me. And I turned around and looked at him. I said, Preston, Mommy's going to write a book.
Mama's going to write a book.
He looked at me and said, Mama's going to do what? I said, honey, Mommy's going to write a book. He said, okay. And what's it called? And I just, top of my head, I said, Patchland at the time.
Now, there's a significance to the patch.
Yes.
Tell us, please.
And then I said, well, the reason I'm going to call it Patchland is because you have to patch Preston in order to strengthen your eye. And I know his struggles, every day. And I said, you know what? If I can get out of my comfort zone to do this for Preston, and he sees me doing this, it's going to inspire him
You
to
bet.
do the same.
And so the struggle is, here's a little boy who has one eye he can't see out of, and we're putting a patch over the good eye so that the weaker eye will strengthen.
Yes.
So it's a real challenge, and then of course they don't want to wear it, and then and they're drawing attention that they're probably not wanting to draw. And so the Patchland Adventure books make it exciting for those children who have to participate in patching.
Absolutely. And that's what I want to bring awareness also, not only to inspire my son with his mother getting out of her comfort zone, but to also to help other children. I see his struggles, and I know there's many other children, not just for amblyopia, but, cataract surgeries, cancers in the eyes that have to wear eye patches. And also, I wanted to create this book so other children would be interested in reading it, because of the adventures. It's fun.
You bet.
All right.
A lot of people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was thinking you have this inspiration behind writing the book, and I know there's a connection with different hospitals. You get a free eye patch with the book, and you've done some fun little things. But at the same time, you've now become a brand new author.
Mm-hmm.
Carmen, from the very beginning, didn't even think this was kind of in your resources of gifts that you were going to do. You wrote one book, it had overwhelming success. You've written the second one, and now number 3 is coming out.
Yes, and I got to show you guys the cover. You're the first ones to see it. I haven't even posted it yet.
Truly amazing. Can we tell people what the name of it is?
Absolutely.
All right, it is the Patchland Adventures, Book 3, Pirate's Adventure.
Where do we get your books, Carmen? Where are they being sold?
They're being sold. They're sold online. They're on Amazon. They're on Barnes and Nobles. They're on my website. They're also in local bookstores like Bookies and stuff like that. So
people just come up to you and with their children and just. I imagine the outpour of emotion that comes.
It is. It's really neat because. My son is a certain age now where his eyes, it's going to be what it is. But when I get emails and these parents say their child's struggling, and they take that book, read it to their kindergarten class or first grade class, and let the children know, no, I'm not a freak. Why I'm wearing a patch? No, I'm not a pirate. No, I'm not.
Right.
I have to wear it because I need to get better.
Right.
And the children understand it after the book is read to them.
You bet.
And they're kind of like a hero. And then other kids are wanting to make patches. And, because the book is fun. They go to Patchland at night, and all the kids and animals, are wearing eye patches or playing games. They're letting them know you can do anything you want to do. It's a great message.
It really is a great message, and you are a great human being for putting these books into circulation, for writing them. Carmen, you mentioned your website. Let's get some contact information.
Yes. You could either go to patchlandadventures.com.
Okay.
Or you can just Google my name, Carmen Swick.
Carmen Swick, S-W-I-C-K. And patchlandadventures.com is where you can get copies of the books, right?
Yes, Presbo
do you
Publishing.
Go and speak? Do you do events like that?
Actually, I do. That's something I really enjoy. I love speaking to children. I'm actually going to be participating as a presenting author April for the Young Writers Conference.
No.
So this is going to be a new venture for me because I'm going to be speaking to parents also.
We want to lift up Carmen. We've heard you speak several times, and I know that's stepping you, again, out of your comfort zone. What an inspiration to those around you, because, Carmen, you know where you're comfortable, and you keep putting yourself out there. You keep, and it's a very vulnerable place to be, because everybody else is watching you. But you are truly a success. You're a success in our eyes. We've seen you rise up, and I know there's no stopping you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Watching you two has really helped me, because you've both have been there through my journey, through my vision walks, through my events, and I'm like, you guys can speak. You go like, Carmen, go ahead and do it. You know what's helped me, I think, tremendously? I don't make this about me, because I used to get so nervous, which I'm not saying I still don't, but I put myself out there and say, this is much bigger than me.
And it really is, and you're
that's
touching
what helps
so
me
many
get
people.
through it.
The Blind Taste of the Rockies, the Vision Walk, you need to find out more about that. Get in contact with Carmen Swick. Just Google her name, or go to patchlandadventures.com and click on the contact page. They'll be sure to contact with you and tell you all about those events going on.
And also, just to let you know that I do have a couple more books in my trunk, so to speak.
Oh.
And I'm going to kind of venture out of Patchland Adventures. It's going to be one of them. It's called Chomper, My Bearded Dragon. That one already, it's in the works.
Wow, fun.
He gets to go to Australia. He's going. See, there you go. He's going on a trip.
He's going on a
there
trip.
you go.
Yeah,
There
he's
you
going to
go.
go on
You
a
have to go
trip,
and do
follow
some
his
research.
roots. He's going to go to Australia. Yeah, so
Bearded Dragon. Of course he's going to Australia. All right, Carmen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, you two, for having
You
me. I
bet.
appreciate you both
Pick
of
up
you.
your copy of the Patchland Adventures, Book 1, Book 2, and soon to come, Book 3. We would love to have you report back to Carmen with those 3 books. She'll sign them for you. Folks, when we come back, more positive business talk on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff-it-up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
You have a 401k and you keep hearing about ways to invest in real estate or precious metals. At Diverse Retirement Solutions, they've developed a plan that will help you do just that, and you can take back control of your retirement funds with checkbook control and no annual fees. Find out how by going to diverseretirementsolutions.com or calling them at 970-316-2099. That's 970-316-2099. Don't wait another day to take control of your retirement funds. Put them to work for you today. Diverse Retirement Solutions, 970-316-2099.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
When you think of going to the dentist, it makes you uncomfortable and uptight. You recall the dark ages of dentistry. Weisbard Dental wants to change that image. Imagine being welcomed in a comfortable, beautiful, brand new dental office with digital x-rays, digital photos, being comforted throughout the entire process. At Weisbard Dental, you'll be treated while relaxing in their massage chairs. Make an appointment for Weisbard Dental at 303-773-3373. Check them out at weisbarddental.com, WEISBARD dental.com.
I'm Dr. Lee Weisbard, and I can make you smile.
Grassroots Radio Colorado, today at 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
You know, it's so inspiring to hear those debt-free screams in the Dave Ramsey Show. When you hear how people have overcome financial difficulties, it makes you realize you're not alone in those struggles and that you can do it too. That's what my show is all about in all aspects of life. Hi, everybody. This is Angie Austin. I invite you to join me on our sister station, 810 KLVZ, for The Good News. It's stories of hurt that have turned into stories of hope, stories of triumph, victory, and overcoming obstacles in your life. Tune in weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. for The Good News with Angie Austin on our sister station, 810 KLVZ.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Hey, it's time for business tips and insights, and you know what that means. Cheryl Braunschweiger with ALMC Mortgage is with us. ALMC Mortgage, where all loans must close.
And they do. Hi, Cheryl.
Hey there, how's it going?
We're good, Cheryl. Thank you. What's your business tip?
You know, just talking about kind of the market in general, that we're seeing lots of changes coming, right? We're running the campaign called Yes, We're Ready. And so really what that means to your listeners and the consumers is that you really want to make sure that the mortgage professional that you're working with does in fact know how the new rules work, how to get you qualified, and offering you the best loan. One of them now is an ARM loan. So people are a little bit scared about doing an adjustable rate mortgage, but as rates creep up a little, they might feel more comfortable now going into a long-term adjustable rate mortgage. For example, a 7-year or a 10-year, meaning that the rate doesn't change for 7 or 10 years. That's kind of a long time when you consider that loans typically turn over about every 5 years.
7 years it doesn't turn over? That's an eternity, because didn't they used to turn over like in 18 months?
Yeah, there were some that did 2 years and 3 years, and now, you know, to keep the risk a little bit lower, we stretched that time period out to make it a little bit more viable and a little bit more of an attractive loan for borrowers to use. They're great for borrowers who are on commission, when their income changes, that might be moving, that may not be staying in that property forever, because you can really save some cash, and it really helps with your budget.
Well, you know what, and I love that there are so many options. I think, you know, you hear something on the radio or you see something from somebody else and you think, that's the only option I have, which is why working with Cheryl is so fabulous.
Absolutely.
Because the conversation that she's going to have with you about what your long-term goals are and how long you want to be in the house, your financial situation, she's going to put you in the right mortgage that fits your needs, not just, okay, here's the product of the week.
Right.
Right, exactly, which is why I ask lots of questions. We go over, you know, a whole scenario, and I want to know what your goals are so I can help you reach them. You know, people don't refinance every year. They don't understand. They don't know. They need somebody to help them wade their way through all of the questions, all the changes, and what it means for them.
And Cheryl, if somebody's not 100% ready to take on a mortgage, ALMC at Nova Home Loans can help, right?
Absolutely. We have credit services available. I can walk you through it. I can tell you, hey, you're not ready yet, but let's do X, X, and this, and then in 3 or 6 months, you will be a ready buyer.
I love it. You want to be a ready buyer today. You might already be a ready buyer, and you don't even know it. Cheryl, how do our listeners get in touch with you?
You can find me at almcmortgage.com. It stands for All Loans Must Close.
And they do.
And they do.
Sorry.
Or you could call me at 303-696-6933.
303-696-6933. You can find Cheryl Answers at cherylanswers.com. She has a fabulous blog you can subscribe to. She's all over the internet. And I'll tell you what, she has been working to make sure that with all the changes that have been coming up, to be ready.
Absolutely.
So if you are anywhere in the process right now, they're already ready with all of the changes. They've known it was coming. They are prepared. They are the answer you're looking for. And you just might be buyer ready. Show the phone number again.
303-696-6933.
Cheryl, you are the best. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, you have been talking about social media recently.
Well, yesterday, Eric, you brought an article to the radio, and it was tips on how to engage your customers.
Correct.
And I didn't really like the tips that the guy was talking about.
You didn't?
I didn't. And so you thought that I didn't like you, and you thought I was arguing with you and be taking offense with you, but it actually had nothing to do with you. I just didn't like the guy's tips. I thought they were so the opposite of what I would do. So I wrote my own tips.
Ladies and gentlemen, Angel's tips on how to engage your customers in social media.
All right, so you talked about asking questions. That was one of the things that they said, was to ask a question and you know, put something out there. And I think what ends up happening when we ask the question is nobody answers, and then we get all disappointed because we really did not engage anybody.
Okay.
And so
your solution.
my answer questions.
Oh.
Answer questions, give advice, offer tips, frequently answered advice that
like Cheryl Answers?
Like Cheryl Answers. Yeah, answer. Now, people can come along and share their tips and things that they've learned as well, but you're kind of priming the pump already, saying this is how we do it. This is what I think. This is what works for us. And then other people can come in and say, okay, well, that didn't work for me, or that did work for me. And then
this is what I do, prime the pump.
Prime the pump.
Okay.
And say, okay, so answer questions. The other one is tag others. on social media. Comment on others, tag others, promote others. Use it as a collaborative. Engage other people in that conversation that you are having. One of our favorites, Kimberly Orr, who does all of our PR and marketing, she says every single day is some kind of holiday.
Yeah, we're celebrating the National Something Day.
So there's somebody that you're thinking of when you hear that it's National Something Day. Did you know that they've renamed on Sunday, they will rename, just for the one day, all of the 14ers in Colorado after the Bronco players?
Really?
Isn't that kind of cool?
That is very cool.
So if you know somebody who's like,
no idea.
Rename
your mountain day.
It is Rename Your Mountain Day. And so there's probably somebody that you can connect with who's either an outdoors person or, big into Colorado trivia or...
Do we have more 14ers than Broncos players,
Nope.
or the other way around?
Nope, there are the same number of players as there are 14ers.
Wouldn't it suck if you were that Bronco who didn't get named?
No, then we wouldn't do it. Because, see, we don't play that way. We involve everybody. And so that's a way to engage people on social media is actually connect with them, tag them, engage them.
You know which one's Peyton Manning?
And Mount Albert.
Mount Albert, Peyton Manning.
And so then...
18er.
Then my third tip for engaging people in social media is to post pictures. Not Pinterest pictures, not e-cards and all those little other funny little...
post so many recipe pictures, really?
But pictures of people. Pictures of your people in the community. Pictures of you guys out and about doing what you do on a regular basis. Simonson team with Remax Professionals does a great job at this.
Fantastic at this.
They are. So they kind of do both of these because they tag others and then they post pictures of people in the community doing what they do best. And so those are my... I didn't want to just say I'm cynical. I don't like those answers. I didn't like what the guy had to say.
No, you
and I didn't agree with him. No, it had nothing to do with you, though he did pout. But it had nothing to do with you. These are how I would engage people on social media, how I am engaging people on social media.
It's a good thing you have a radio show so you can come back and set the record straight.
Darn straight.
You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle, one piece at a time.
This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR.
You make all kinds of plans for your business, but have you planned for the event that you may need long-term care? Did you know that you can have long-term care insurance that offers you tax advantages and a guaranteed rate of return? Walt Wilson is a licensed agent working in the financial services segment of the insurance industry, and he's a pro when it comes to long-term care. It only takes a moment to register for the next free webinar that could literally change your financial outlook. Visit privatepensiondesign.com today and click the LTC webinar tab.
Hi, this is Angel, and ladies, I want to let you in on my newest fashion secret. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella Studio since July, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella Studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara, and all of the compliments Get yours today. Call Carabella Studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. Ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. Carabella Studios, 303-909-9585.
You've tried and tried to shed those 10, 20, even 50 pounds of excess weight, and like so many Americans, you're frustrated. It's no secret that the body needs to be in balance before lasting weight loss can be maintained. Let Dr. Deborah Zeff and Christy Edwards of Holistic Herbal Health help you detoxify your body and get you on the fast track to quantum weight loss. You know you can do this. Now you know someone who can help. Call Dr. Zeff and get started on your quantum weight loss today. 303-249-7742. That's 303-249-7742 or online at rootedinhealth.com.
Dave Ramsey here. Now you too can experience financial peace. Learn how weekdays at noon right here on 560 AM KLZ.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We hope this is the most inspirational hour of your entire work day. You know, it has been said that money doesn't make the world go round. I say it sure lubricates the wheels.
Wow, that's actually pretty brilliant.
Thank you.
Our next guest is Bill Banks. He's an ordained minister. He's worked in the financial and insurance industry. He owns Banks Remodeling and Roofing, and he also coaches people financially by listening. How's that?
Hello.
For a concept. Bill, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you, Eric and Angel. It's great to be here.
Well, Bill, it's fantastic having you. And let me just tell you right now, talking about financing and having your last name Banks, I'm with you. No matter what you say, I'm in. Let's talk about how coaching works into the financial side of things with the people that you consult with.
Okay, sure. Well, I appreciate that. One of the things with my very kind of mutt background is that I've worked with people in a lot of different variety of situations, small businesses, individuals, that sort of thing, before I ever became a financial coach. And so I understand what it's like to struggle with seasonal income, those sorts of things where you don't have regular income, and as well as just getting things organized. Sometimes people go through seasons of depression, and we just aren't able to manage our finances for those reasons as well. So when we talk about financial coaching, there are just almost dozens of things that we can talk about with folks, from organization to some strategies, putting together goals, understanding how things work, figuring out a budget, all those sorts of things. Unfortunately, a lot of people think of financial coaching as, I've got to get a budget, and it's going to be like Scrooge's budget.
Right.
And the only way it's going to work is if I don't spend anything ever for the rest of my life.
Have no fun.
Absolutely.
No fun. We have to have those budget meetings with our spouse, and you're having to hold accountable. Yes, I needed those Dixie cups. I know they were only $3, but it is absolutely painful. You, though, have a neat analogy that you compare running with finances.
Exactly. And one of it is because I used to be a competitive runner in college and then in graduate school. And so I haven't lost a lot of what I feel like inside. I feel like I'm a competitive runner. And I'm 53. So
all right,
there's the story behind
this.
it.
Man, when I'm twice your age, I want to look half as good.
Oh, you're already in great shape. So I brought a T-shirt that all of you in Radio Land can see that says Boulder Boulder 2013.
Oh, boy.
So I actually did that for the very first time in my life. I ran the Boulder Boulder last year. And I decided, since I'm feeling good, I'm probably okay. I think I'll go run 4.5 miles and see if that's good, and if it is, I'll go ahead and register for it. And so I did. I survived. No ambulances were called. I made it, and so that was the Thursday before Boulder Boulder.
All right.
The next day I ran 2 miles. The next day I rode a bike for 10 miles. Said, great, my training's done. I will run the Boulder Boulder.
I have warning signs and flags going off in my head.
Exactly. So I started and was able to get through it. I was amazed, though. I'm sure they needed to remeasure because the miles were a lot further away from each other.
They do get longer in Boulder. In Boulder, they're longer.
They were, absolutely. Yeah. And the altitude and everything else.
Yes.
So I was kicking myself and beating myself up inside, and why didn't I train more and all those sorts of things, and ended up actually walking several times towards the very end. But I kind of dragged myself over the finish line, finished in a little under 52 minutes for 6.2 miles, which isn't the end of the world, but it wasn't what I was aiming at.
Flipping miracle from my perspective. I'm just telling you right now.
Well,
no shame
that
here.
worked for me too, absolutely. Yeah. So I compared that, though, to what I had done before, and it was just radically different. The thing is, a lot of times with finances, it seems like what we do is we kind of lurch from mile to mile, from paycheck to paycheck, and we just do what it takes to get there. And we don't necessarily have a great plan. We really haven't done any training or planning or gotten any coaching to help with that.
Right.
We figure, hey, I'm an American. I ought to know about money, so who needs help?
It comes in, it goes out. You change the name to protect the innocent.
Exactly. Absolutely. And so that's one of the things that we struggle with. And we might get to the end of the financial year and we cross the line and say, yay, I finished, and that's wonderful, but I've got this extra bowling ball around my midsection.
Let's not make it personal, mister.
And that represents the debt that we carry to able to get over that finish line each year. And that's just a totally different place from 2004. I have a little, I don't know what you'd call it. It's not a doily. It's a pewter plate, I guess.
Yeah.
That says second place in the Pequot. Can you see that, Eric?
I can.
Pequot.
Thanksgiving Day race.
That's right. And I actually ended up coming in second on that. And there's a very quick story I want to share because I lined up. This is in Southport, Connecticut, right next to Westport, which is where David Letterman and some of the other people.
Yeah.
Very ritzy place. And I was there with my mom had knit my stocking cap and my gloves and that sort of thing. And everybody else had these $300, $500 running suits. And they looked professional. And I didn't see them after the first 100 yards because they were really there just for the show. And I ended up getting to run and was kind of in the top 20 or so for the first 4 miles, which was wonderful. I'd never really been that way in a big race with 1,000 people. And then I got to mile marker 4, and just the opposite happened from my most recent race, the Boulder. I started accelerating. I realized there's only 1 mile left in that 5-mile race. And I'd been training for a marathon, running 18 miles, 10 miles, stuff like that.
I got this.
And so I was passing everybody else except the 2 people who finished the race and ahead of me. And I nearly caught them. And can you imagine the excitement
Oh, my
of being
gosh.
able to do that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the tough things is the guy who actually won the race didn't register for it, so it didn't even count.
It's a technicality.
Oh, well, shame on him.
You're a winner.
2 people ahead. Exactly.
Hey, good for you.
Bottom line.
Follow the rules, register for a race.
There you go. Sign up for a coach, too.
Yeah.
The point of all that really has to do with, are we actually preparing ourselves to manage our money well? Because I'd run every day, 6 days a week. I didn't just schedule my running time. My schedule fit around my running. My DNA was I am a runner. I also go to school. I also do these other things, but I am a runner.
Well, and you think about money, and we deal with it every single day. Yes. It's either coming in, it's going out, we're spending, and yet we wait until the end of the month, or we don't really have a plan, and yet we should be because we are dealing with it every day.
Exactly, and you have to be in the financial race. You aren't going to be able to just stand on the side and clap and yay and that sort of thing. So you have to have that plan. You have to work on that, and you have to have that intensity. Dave Ramsey talks about gazelle intensity.
Right.
Do you remember what the picture?
Yeah. The lion going after the antelope.
Exactly.
You betcha.
This is not a Sunday afternoon jog.
No,
this is I'm running for my life. And that's what we try to do, is to help people get to a place where they really understand this isn't just about techniques. This is about your life. We want you to not just enter the race and survive it. We want you to win financially.
Bill, in one of the concepts that you talk about in your coaching, you have coined it called having margin.
Yes.
Can you help anyone establish that margin? I'm assuming that margin means a buffer zone, something that's we can live on and not be Scrooge.
Exactly, very definitely. And what we do, budget that you are actually living on, because really a budget just describes what's going on. It's not anything that you have to plan out. It describes that. We really try to help people say, can you live on less than that? Maybe you can sell some things you don't need anymore. Maybe you can go without that latte once a week. Those sorts of things.
Fighting words.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I could go without one once a week if I had a bigger picture.
yeah, exactly. My dad taught at CSU for 38 years. For his PERA retirement contributions were $2 and $5 every time he got paid. But by the time he finished in 38 years, he was receiving $3,000 a month in the mid-90s.
Not so bad for a couple of bucks a day or a paycheck.
Have you seen that jar, Bill, where you put so this is the 4th week of the year, so we're putting in $4, and next week we'll put in $5.
Excellent idea.
Isn't that just kind of, just little baby steps, little ways to chunk away, and we don't have to make this swinging pendulum. Unless you are, over excessively spending, most of us, little things, they're just little tweaks and adjustments along the way.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, and if you make that as it happens, you don't end up having to borrow at the end of the month to be able to cover things.
Yeah.
Most of us can always take a little bit out of our food budget to cover the extra we have to spend for heating.
My mom used to always write a check for $10 over her groceries and get $10 back, and she would put that aside.
I put it aside into my pocket and spend it on the next latte.
Yes.
I need Bill's help.
All right, Bill, give some contact information, would you please?
Oh, I'd love to. And we're going to have a webinar coming up this Saturday, and we're going to repeat it again, basically called Financial Wellbeing in 2014. You can find out more information at our website, which is newfinancialvision.com, newfinancialvision.com, and you can reach me directly at 720-301-0422, or my email address is financialvision@q.com, like Quest.
All right, contact information. Do that. All that contact one more time.
Sure. Financialvision@q.com is my email address. Love to get emails. And 720-301-0422. And the website is newfinancialvision.com.
Newfinancialvision.com, right there on the left banner. You can sign up for the webinar on Saturday. Bill, thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome. Thanks very much for having me.
With a name like Bill Banks, you simply cannot go wrong. I appreciate you. We'll have you back for sure. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to wrap this show up here in our next segment. More positive business talk coming up next.
The Experienced Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C² Computer Consulting. C² is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C² at 303-933-1113.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
Are you an expert? At Experienced Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experienced Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
The Broomfield Small Business Summit is the premier small business growth event to take your business to new heights in 2014. This full-day event is on Friday, February 28th from 7:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Omni Resort Interlaken. Tickets are $59 and include breakfast, lunch, and a drink ticket to the cocktail networking reception. The Broomfield Small Business Summit is hosting 10 workshops and panels throughout the day, including government contracting, access to capital, leadership,
social media marketing, and much more. Sign up today at BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com. That's BroomfieldSmallBusinessSummit.com.
Government affects so many aspects of our lives, and it's become so complicated that it's hard to keep track of everything that's happening. Most daily talk radio is either so divisive that women don't want to listen, or you don't have time to listen to 2 or 3 hours of it every day. We want to offer you a concise, easy-to-understand synopsis of the issues, put into the context of what women like you care about and how you and your family are personally affected. We're calling our show Heart of the Matter because that's what we plan to do. Get to the core principles of each issue so you can choose for yourself what you believe. So please join me, Jill Vecchio, and my co-hosts, Kim Munson and Molly Vogt, for 2 fun hours of lively discussion every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. Let's get to the heart of the matter on KLZ 560 The Source.
Lucky you, because you get to listen to the Laura Ingraham Show mornings on the legendary KLZ.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros radio show. What a fantastic day it has been.
You know, we get so much from our guests. They bring so much to the table. It's so important to them to make sure that they deliver their best. Love when our guests get to come in studio and we get to chat with them behind the scenes and just make them feel comfortable with being on the radio. And I will tell you that for us, because we get to do it every day,
right,
we forget, but it makes some people a little nervous. But I think you are the expert. Right? And there's really, this is such a tremendous value. You've got a message to get out to an audience. And so often we do it one-on-one, which does have value to do that one-on-one with people and to connect with people. But duplicating your efforts, cloning yourself by being able to put a microphone in front of you, when you do a webinar, when you do a radio interview, when you do a workshop, anytime that you can do your message one-to-many is such a great investment of your time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And so special thanks to all the people that have come in and been guest experts on the show today. It's been, like I said, it's been a great show. Wanted to get back to a couple of the listeners who have been apparently, some people take me a little seriously when I talk about Pinterest and that girl network, like I did yesterday. So I'm here to say I got a recipe off of Pinterest yesterday. I'm just playing a character.
I'm playing a character. No.
Pinterest.
No. See, you can't say that. You can't use that as your backup. I'm playing a character. So that's who I really am every day until you call me on it, and then I'm playing a character. I don't know. I'm throwing shade.
Well, there are non-disputable facts. Pinterest is used. 80% of the users are female.
Sure, but for you
I'm playing a character when I call it that girl network. I am intentionally stirring the pot to get you riled up.
Okay, but if you have to say that you're intentionally stirring the pot to get you riled up, that takes away from.
I normally don't, but I got a couple of people who are like, you're a chauvinist pig, and.
But you can't go. That's like saying to somebody, oh, you need to lose a few weight. Just kidding.
No.
That's like going back and saying I was just joking.
No, it is not.
It is.
And I was just joking with the whole deal. And I guess my mea culpa is, listen, I'm telling you, I use Pinterest. I went on Pinterest. I found a blooming onion, and I made the recipe. And it was really good, and it was all because of Pinterest.
So, Charlie, do you think we can just capture that little soundbite? I use Pinterest. I use Pinterest. I use Pinterest, just in a loop. Yeah, I use Pinterest. I use Pinterest. My name is Eric Raymer, and I use Pinterest. I think we should.
God,
if we were going to have a sound effect, that's one right there.
Hey, learned some interesting things, though. I'm on this rice cooker kick and throw stuff in the rice cooker, right? It's catching momentum. And you asked me, could you make a blooming onion in the rice cooker? And so the recipe that I found
Eric
was
showed me the picture. If you can't make it in a rice cooker, I'm not making it.
Right.
If my rice cooker can't do it, I don't need to eat it.
So if you want to see the step-by-step photos, I document everything, and then the outcome of my rice cooker recipe for blooming onion. And by the way, I call it blooming onion because bloomin' onion is a trademark of the Outback Steakhouse.
So we're not calling it bloomin', we're calling it blooming.
Blooming, it's a blooming onion.
Like a Bloomingdale's onion.
Here's something that I learned in the process, though, and you know, you're not going to get the same thing. There's a couple of things you gotta give up, and there's a couple of things that you get or gain. CalorieKing.com tells us that the bloomin' onion that you might find in a restaurant has 1,959 calories.
How?
Right?
How in the world does an onion have 2,000 calories?
Because it's deep fried. It's battered and deep fried. Okay? So mine does not do that at all. And by the way, 1,500 or 1,449 of those calories are from fat alone. It's 161 grams. It's 248% of your daily allowance of fat. And it goes on and on and on. Mine, 130 calories, 130. That's it. You can burn that off by kissing somebody who else had a bloomin' onion, right?
You burn 130 calories just by kissing?
If you kiss the right way.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Yeah, but I've just eaten an onion.
That's
Nobody
why you got
wants
to find
kiss?
somebody else who just ate an onion.
Oh, yeah.
Pay attention.
Okay. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Keep up with me here.
Okay. Onion ears unite in calorie burning kissing.
Did you call them onion ears? I like it. All right. But here's what you have to give up. You give up that crispy coating crust that comes only from a deep fryer. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I did my onion in my little rice cooker. I put in a little water at the bottom just because I knew I was steaming this. I wouldn't have done that the next time. The onion doesn't need it. You're not going to burn the onion. The onion has so much water in it already. You're not going to burn it, so you don't need the water. But I'll tell you, oh my gosh, was it good?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you eat the whole thing?
25 minutes, I ate the whole thing. All 130 calories.
Okay, so since
Pucker up.
you ate the whole thing,
Yeah.
you didn't share any of the thing.
With somebody else?
Right.
You're right.
That means there was no kissing going on. You're doing it wrong.
No kissing. I got all 130.
And I'm proud. Why does it make that noise?
No, mine's got like an echo chamber. Yours
You know,
is like...
he patted his belly like boom, 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 and it like the whole room resonated boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I thought I would, but it was like
Yours is rock solid. No, the biggest thing though, and I want to encourage you, this was the most adventurous thing I've ever cooked, and it's kind of fun. I think people are intimidated because of the whole, how do you make that onion so pretty and blooming? It's easy.
Okay, that was the thing. I wanted a video on how do you cut the onion because it's very specific knife skills required.
I didn't give you a video, but I gave you step-by-step photographic of how you do it with details.
Is that?
That's mine.
You?
Yes.
Those are your pictures?
Yes.
That is so Pinterest worthy.
Raymer's Rice Cooker Chronicles on
Pinterest.
Facebook.
Start a darn Pinterest page for Rice Cooker Chronicles, because that right there, those photographs that he took
good,
with the green cutting board. I mean, it's so colorful. They're so very well done. I actually think
that
you
looks
should
rockin', doesn't
start a board on your Pinterest, because remember, I use Pinterest. You should start a Rice Cooker Chronicle board on Pinterest.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay.
I am totally in touch with my inner Martha Stewart on this, and I will start a Rice Cooker Chronicles on Pinterest. You can follow me wherever you follow me.
Wherever you follow me everywhere.
Please
anywhere
follow
you
me.
follow me. And
if you
I
feel
want
like
to be
eating a blooming
followed,
onion,
kiss him.
just let me know, and I'll eat one with you.
He'll eat one too, because that means that's not burning anything right there. It's killing my ears. Don't you dare do that ever again.
It's been a good show.
I think so. We survived, and it's very colorful and very well rounded. I mean, we took you from the kitchen to your finances, talked to you about the patching for children. I mean, we were all over the place, which is really what we intend to do. Lots of variety. It's the spice of life, and we're having a great time, and hope you feel inspired too.
Absolutely. On behalf of Charlie and Angel and myself and my Rice Cooker Chronicles, we say thank you for tuning into the Experience Pros Radio Show. We hope this has been fun and inspiring for you. We hope that you come back. We thank you for sharing this show with other people in small business. Now go out and do what you really want to do. Burn 130 calories. Give somebody a 20-second kiss. It stands for kindness is so simple.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.